Welcome to this episode of Say It with Scott, where we look at how the words we use affect the lives we live. I'm Scott Sery. I'm a copywriter, and I'm a lover of how we can take a word here and there, tweak it just a little bit, and dramatically enhance the message that we're sending. This episode is brought to you by Strategic Advisor Board and by my company, Sery Content Development. We're going to look at a very simple psychological principle that a lot of people seem to forget about. It is called primary and recency, and it's wrapped around this idea that the first thing you see and the last thing you see are what are going to stand out in your mind. So whenever you're creating copy, whenever you're making a video, whenever you're doing any sort of outreach that you want people to remember what's going on and you want them to know the most important things, put it first and put it last. Because when you start off with that primary idea, then people grab onto that. Okay, they say, he led with this is very important. And then you kind of go into a little description on why it matters, what it's all about, how it's done, however you're doing that outreach. And then at the end, you put that same information that you talked about at the beginning. It's very similar to when you were writing essays in school and you went through the structure of tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. You're kind of structuring it very similarly so that people understand in each section what's going on. So let's say if you're a copywriter, you could talk about how hiring a professional copywriter makes you look really good, and it saves you money, and it converts more clients. Here's a little bit of how it happens. So if you want to save more money, and if you want to convert more clients, you need to hire a professional copywriter. It's the exact same message, tweaked a little bit, so it's not just saying the exact same thing, but it's getting it at the very beginning, where it's primary, and at the end, where it's the most recent thing that they heard. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Say It with Scott. I hope you found something inspirational and educational that you can apply to your own business. As usual, if it didn't make sense, you don't want to worry about it, or you're struggling with it, click the links in the description below, reach out, and I would be happy to help. Before you go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That way you get notifications every time Strategic Advisor Board, the company that I mentioned in the primary part of this video, posts great new content.